Welcome everybody for some restoration and the lovely reward of Yoga Nidra. And we're going to start lying down. So you can lie down now already on your mat or wherever your surface you've got. And as I do, I like to listen to kind of inspirational podcasts, particularly around spirituality and nature at the moment is my go-to. And this beautiful, I think it's the most commonly quoted section of a novel called The Overstory by Richard Powers, beautiful, about trees and people. And this is it. It's the best arguments in the world won't change a person's mind. The only thing that can do that is a good story. So how about that for a lovely start? I love that. It makes me feel happy. So we're going to begin with the bell, of course. It's the beginning of our story. The bell. Ringing out and reminding us that it's yoga time. Yoga time is time to really focus on what you're doing. So we're going to lie in Shavasana. This is the corpse posture. So put some space between your feet. If this feels really uncomfortable, it's not comfortable for everybody for their back. You can always put your feet on the ground so your back is really in contact with the ground. Put some space between the feet, let the arms fall away from the side. Close the eyes. So, we're busy with all that screen time. Just closing the eyes, resting the eyes, taking your focus inwards. So whatever's been happening in your day, whatever time of day it is for you now, just come into the now of yourself, of your body. Feel the whole of the back of your body on the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Yeah, let it all go. Let it all go. Again, breathe in through the nostrils. Make a nice loud sigh. Yeah, you can make a sigh. No one's going to hear you. Sigh it all out. Again, let's do another one of those. Breathing in through the nostrils. Release. Let go of the tension. And know that however you feel now, I am pretty certain you're going to feel loads better at the end of the practice. So let's just feel the ground beneath us. Let's just ground, arrive, feel the ground is supporting us. The ground is coming up to meet our body so that we can just surrender and soften into it. So just being still and quiet, noticing any desires to want to move, noticing any frustrations or agitations in the body. And in the mind, of course, the mind, that drive of the mind. And we're going to just be still for a few more seconds, but we're going to see if we can create a good vibration in our body by chanting the mantra Om, keeping the eyes closed. We're going to do this 3 times. Let your sound out. Just feel it in your body, letting your mouth really wide. Don't worry who's going to hear it. They're probably going to get some benefit from it too. Breathing in through your nostrils. And again, let it ring through your body. Making sure you let the last really resonate. So again, one more, breathing in. Any pitch you like. Allow that next inhale to just come rushing into your body. Feel yourself. Notice how you feel. And we'll bring the sides of the feet together, bring the legs together. And we'll take the arms above the head on the ground. Give ourselves a full extension. Enjoy the length of your body and just help it along with the breath. So the in-breath, just fill that belly with air, fill the chest with air, make yourself really expansive, pointing your toes. And the exhale, just push the heels away. Breathing out through the nostrils. So you're inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling through the nostrils. This is to maintain the energy, the prana, and also keep that breath steady. So we're steadily filling with air, expanding, and then push the heels away, draw the toes towards you as you breathe out. Let's see if we can lengthen each side one at a time. So we're going to take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and focus on the left side of the body. So if you can just let the head roll over to the right, let's resting the head on the upper arm there. Breathe into the left side of the body. And as you breathe out, push the heel away. It's staying on the ground there. Both legs are staying on the ground. And you're just pulling gently on that left wrist. So you're making the left side of your body really long. Breathe. The most important thing here is your breath. And that you're not pushing and shoving yourself. We're just allowing that expansion to happen naturally with that supportive, anchoring breath. We're trying to breathe all the air out. So the next inhale naturally becomes deeper. One more breath in and release. Let the arm just rest on the ground. How does that feel? Whoa, I feel my shoulder a bit more open there. So just wriggle both the legs again. Just let them rock back and forth just to release. Now take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. We're going to do the right side now. So relax the left side. Breathe into the right side of the body. And as you breathe out, push the right heel away and just gently guide that right arm upwards and also slightly over the head. So you're becoming a bit like a banana shape, like a big curved shape. And let your head roll over so that your head is resting on the upper left arm, looking slightly over to the left. This just encourages that openness in the right side of the neck and the right side of the body. We're doing this with real care and caution. We're not pushing, we're not pulling hard. We're just kind of guiding the body into expanding, easing out tension. One more breath in and release that right arm to the ground. How's that feel now? Legs are nice and relaxed. Let the arms rest on the ground, however wide they need to be for the shoulders to relax. Now breathing in through the nostrils. As you breathe out through the nostrils, lift the arms up so the hands or the fingertips are going up to the ceiling. The arms are kind of straight without being rigid. And this is all out breath. And the end of the out breath, the hands reach the ground either side of the body. We'll do a few of these just to really bring a sense of focus for the breath and the mind. Inhaling, the arms come up. At the end of the inhale, the arms reach the ground. Widen them if you need to. And then the exhale begins immediately. So we're just moving the arms in time with the breath. And it's kind of easy to remember because as you bring the arms up, you're expanding. So that's inhaling, filling the body with air. It's kind of opening the chest a little bit. And as you breathe out, slowly and steadily through the nostrils, you bring the arms down to the sides. We're kind of contracting. You can have this sense of expansion and contraction. And this is the way of everything in the universe. Expansion and contraction. Inhaling, the arms coming up. We'll do this a few times. If you notice your mind is wandering off, maybe you're getting bored, don't worry. Just notice that. That's all we're doing. You know, we're observing, we're noticing what's happening. And we're on that moment of noticing, then we bring that focus of attention back to the breath, back to the body. You know, it's interesting, this word boredom. I've been thinking about this week. We're a bit scared. I'm a bit terrified of boredom. But actually it's an empty space for, you know, it can be the birthplace of creativity. Certainly was when I was growing up. Mum, I'm bored. Go and do something, and then you create something. Okay, let the arms rest at the side, let them rest at the side, and then we're just going to hug the knee. So bend the left knee, hug it into the body, bend the right knee, hug it into the body. And we just take the hands on the knees. Let's give ourselves some care. So rolling the hands around the knees, hugging the knees into the body. Have a little rock side to side. So we're treating the lower back. This is really like loving for ourselves, enjoying. Keeping the breath moving. So you always keep your focus of attention on right here, right now. You can feel the ground. That's something to focus on. The movement of the body, the breath coming in and out through the nostrils. And the feeling of this, you know, what is the emotional quality of this? Taking care of oneself and just enjoying. Yeah. And then we're going to draw a circle with the knees. So the knees stay together, hands or fingertips on the knees, and we take them around in a circle. So in effect, you're drawing a big circle with the knees, inhaling as you take the knees away, and exhaling as you draw the knees into the body. You're also drawing a circle on the ground with your back. You can do this with your eyes closed. So, and actually you can, anything, you know, that you don't need your sort of balance for, you can do with your eyes closed. And it's nice to try that out sometimes, just to really keep that inward focus
and also you tend to feel a bit more sensationally. Let's change direction. If you want to do this without the hands, you can try that. It's a little bit more work for the abdominals. It also means that you can go a bit bigger with that circle if you want to do that, but otherwise just hold on, keeping the knees together. Remember, the inhale as the knees go away, and the exhale as your knees are coming towards you. So we're really using the abdominals and the lower back all together, a little bit of hip action as well. Breath and body in harmony. Breath supporting you. Extend the legs up to the ceiling, kick the heels up, fingers extend towards the ceiling, and we'll rotate the wrists and ankles around, just watching them, looking at them, really appreciating yourself and your body, however it is, whatever kind of situation you're in, appreciating this amazing vehicle we have of this body, this experience we're having in this human body. Have another little rock and roll. Now we're going to place the soles of the feet on the ground. We'll place them close to the buttocks and place the hands to either side, almost stretching down to the bottom of the mat. So this helps us to keep the shoulders, or most of the time I want to keep the shoulders down away from the ears, and tuck the chin in tightly. Keeping the feet close to your bottom. The feet are hips width apart. There's space between them, they're not together. And the knees are nice in line with the hip joints, knee joints, ankle joints. Chin tucked in. So now we're going to feel this impulse of movement coming from the base of the body, from the pelvic floor. So inhale, just let that back curl up so you can feel this space between the lower back and the ground, and relax the belly. So you feel almost the belly sticking out as you inhale, and as you exhale, just push the back into the ground and draw up your pelvic floor. We're just going to do very small little contractions first of all, just to get that kind of powerhouse of the body really connected. And I call this the powerhouse because it's like the pelvic floor, the lower back, the deep kind of abdominal muscles all working together, and we're controlling that contraction and release. So it's almost like a very tiny little sit-up, like a yogic sit-up. So as you breathe in, release and relax as you breathe out, just pressing the back into the ground and letting the base of the body, letting the bottom just come off the floor a little bit. So we're just rocking. Another way of describing it is you're rocking the pelvis back and forth. So you can have that feeling or sense there. Breathing in is relaxation, expansion. Out breath is just focusing in. And then just relax that a minute. Now we're going to lift the back off the ground. So breathing in and breathing out. On the next inhale, we're going to lift. And again, you can go to this full extent of the bridge, or you can just go halfway and then roll down. We can, because we're going to do this dynamically, you can just take your time to get higher and higher each time, or just, keep it quite minimal. Whatever you feel like today, keep your chin tucked in. So you're inhaling, drop the pelvic floor to give you extra stability, push into the arms, push into the feet, and exhaling, roll down the spine. So we're trying to roll it as if so first of all, the upper vertebrae, then the middle, and you'll need a bit of abdominal control to get into that last little bit there. It might not be there quite yet. You might be coming down in a bit of a kind of a flat bit there. But very soon, through doing this practice, you'll find the spine becomes more and more snaky, and you'll get much more in contact with your spinal column, much more intimately involved. And again, a good way of doing that is just to close your eyes. I'll give you something extra if you want to add something in, and some people prefer this addition. You can stay with that, or if you want to, also when you're lifting up, lift the arms up above the head. Making sure here, when you're lifting a bit higher, what sometimes happens is the knees splay out. Keep those thighs really level. Keep the knees level. As if you were, some people like to put a block between their knees to do this, inhaling. And still rolling the spine down and bringing the arms forward if you want to do this arm movement as well. Or you can put a cushion between the knees. But whatever you're doing, there's always a sense of almost the thighs squeezing to keep this space even between the knees. So we're not splaying out, not equally, they're not coming together. Moving the back, opening. This is like a back bend, but it's also a front opening. So think about the knees going away from you, and think about the chest coming towards your chin as you come up. And you'll have to move the arms a bit quicker than the back, you'll notice, so that the back and the hands reach the ground. So this is a good mind practice. So coordination is needed here. Let's do this last one, inhaling and then rolling the spine down. So we're trying to get the back to meet the ground just as the hands reach the ground. So now to counterpose that, we're doing the opposite. We're just doing a lot of back bend. We hug the knees and again, just have a little rock and roll. And enjoy that. Okay. So we're just going to roll onto the side and come up onto all fours. If you find it uncomfortable on your knees, then just put some extra padding. You can roll the mat up loads of times or put a blanket underneath your knees if it feels a bit pokey. If it feels a bit uncomfortable, it's probably going to be good for your developing a bit of resistance in your knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. Yeah, be a bit like a cat, like really pad the ground and feel the ground, fingers spread wide. Nice bendy elbows. We're not locking them out because look what happens. My chest and my shoulders get thrust forward and my chest gets kind of squidged up. Instead, bend the elbows, take the chest forward, shoulders back. Nice and natural. Feet flat behind. So let's do these lovely movements, opposite movements, extending the right arm forward, left leg back, opposites, and then lower down, looking down at the ground. So we're changing our perspective as well. Inhaling, looking into the distance, extending, and then breathing out. So make sure you're doing opposites, not the advanced version where you're doing the same side. So right hand, left leg, pointing the toe back. We're not getting it high, we're getting it in line with our spine, and breathing out, lower down. Feel that change of weight from the right to the left. Inhaling, looking forward, exhaling, bringing the gaze down. So the whole body is involved. We're extending as well. We're not just lifting the arm, we're extending from the fingertip to the toe and exhaling. Moving with the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. And this is great for body-brain connection, coordination. Anything that's cross-lateral motion is really good for that. And you can feel, notice what's working as well with this extension. You can also, alternatively, if you prefer pushing the heel away, you can do that. But we're really thinking about this extension from fingertip to toe or fingertip to heel being an extension of the spine. So we need that inhale and the exhale is softening. So we've got these two different kind of feelings. And this is slightly kind of yangy, this kind of inhale, this extension, and then we soften into the end. Yeah, inhale. One more either side, exhale, inhale, exhale. And let's just sit back into the heels, to this lovely extended child, or also swan posture. And bring your forehead to the ground, or if you prefer, you could bring your hands, head to your back of your hands there. If you find it uncomfortable, you've got a big space between your bottom and your heels, you can always place a cushion behind your knees. Or a couple of cushions, whatever you need there. But this is a restorative posture, so it should feel good. And if you are a bit a distance away from your feet, if you practice, you will get slowly, you'll be sitting into your heels. It just takes practice. And let's make ourselves into a nice little diamond. I like doing this. So we have a bit more space between the knees. You've got the big toes connecting behind, and we're making a little triangle with the first fingers and the thumb, and the elbows are slightly out to the side, and we bring our head down just below the hands. Again, you can always place a cushion here if you don't like the connection with the forehead and the ground. I think it's great to get your head on the ground if it feels okay to you, because it's really connecting that head, that inner vision to the earth, physical, grounded, embodied, and breathe in this lovely little diamond. You're in this lovely diamond shape, held, contained. And it's a good time to shine in this full moon energy. Leo full moon, it's time to shine your brightness, your creativity. Good. So having that nice container, and then extend the arms forward once more. And let's just move with the back a little bit. We'll do a couple more things before we go into our Nidra. So extending the arms forward, we're going to get a bit of motivation in the spine again, but nice and easy. So the inhale, we come to all fours. So notice we're not back here where we were. The arms are a bit further forward. And the exhale, the hips come forwards and the chest is opening. The shoulders go down away from the ears. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, sit back. And again, you can, because we're moving dynamically with the breath, you might not want to go into much of a back bend here. You want to just play cautious, and that's fine. You can move
in a much smaller kind of little realm here. You know, you can just practice here and then gradually let your back warm up. This is why it's so nice. Sometimes it's nice to minimize things as well, just to see how does that feel when I don't go to the full extent. And you might find, actually, no, I'm a bit warmer now and I feel like I can just take that forwards. But the key bit to this is taking the chest forward and the shoulders back, rather than just kind of letting the hips fall. It's really lengthening the spine. When we bend the spine forwards or backwards or twist, we want to focus mostly on the extension. Breathing in and breathing out. Sit deeply back. So enjoy your breath. The inhale comes to all fours. The exhale, we're coming into this little back bend or front opening. Inhale to all fours. And the exhale, we sit back into the heels. Good. Make this the last one. Inhale, exhale. Moving in time with your breath, of course. You don't have to move in the same time as me. And we'll just come resting into the pose of the child. So bring your hands back, and the back of the hands are on the ground. In this position, it's really nice just to have a little rock. So you might want to rock your body as it's sitting on the heels there. And you also feel the forehead just rolling side to side on the ground, really emphasizing that kind of grounded, physicalized feeling. We're almost bringing the head into that physicalized space, embodied, embodying our self. And then come to a stillness, really relax the shoulders forwards, feel the mouth and lips and tongue relaxing the jaw. And let's just emphasize that with making a sound. This is kind of a bit of a silly sound, but it really works by going. Perfect for loosening the mouth, lips, and tongue. Good. One more of those. Good. And then we just bring the hands forward, come up very slowly to kneeling. If you don't find kneeling comfortable, you can just come on to sit seated. Let's just do one more little thing here before we lie down finally. Matt's done a bit traveling. So yeah, making that sound. Jaw is where we hold a lot of tension. So just by loosening the mouth and the lips and the tongue, it really encourages that feeling. So again, with these lovely knees need lots of love and attention because they do a lot of work. They're very vulnerable. Yeah. Let's stir up. You can call it stirring the porridge, particularly if you're in Scotland, or we can call it stirring the cauldron, as I like to think of it. So you can either have your hands on your knees, but if you want to really get into stirring, you can take your hands in front of you like a big porridge pot or a big cauldron. But most important thing is we keep this integrity of the upright spine. And I'll start off showing you this way, breathing in. As you breathe out, you lean forwards, but with a straight back, so not bending. And as you go to the side, to the right, and then you inhale as you go backwards. Exhaling, coming forwards for the first half of the circle, and inhaling, leaning back. If you want to go hands free and you want to get a bit more of a bigger circle, and you want to get this feeling of stirring up that pot, then breathing out as you come forward, making sure you're not hunching forward, keep the shoulders down away from your ears, breathing out, coming forwards. You'll feel that. You'll feel your abdominals and lower back have to work a little bit, but this is lovely. This circling just eases up the hips a little bit as well. Breathing out. What are we stirring up for our story tonight? Good. Then come back to center for a second. We need to go the other way. Keep it even. And on this one, on the out breath, make this humming sound. From the humming bee breath, we sometimes do Brahmari like this, but we're going to do it just without that. So either or, breathing in. Going around to the left this time. And keep going while you have that hum. And then when you come to the end of your hum, just take another breath in and continue. Keep your back upright. You could also do this with your eyes closed if you prefer. Take a deep breath in, sigh out through the mouth. Just close your eyes for a second. If they're not already closed, let your hands rest on your knees. Just coming to the end of your humming bee. Notice how that feels. Humming bee breath, or just humming, is really, really so clearing and cleansing. So I thoroughly recommend that practice. Usually we do this with the closed ears and the hands and the heads. Any humming or umming, also good. So let's just take a moment to lie down. You can just lie down, but if you want to make a last bit of effort, which I definitely think is good, then just lying, having the legs outstretched in front of you, keep breathing in and out and slowly lower down. So as you're lowering down, you're extending toward the toes, but you're softening it by keeping that breath moving. Just slowly, slowly lowering down. And this effort you're making now with your abdominals, it's really good because once you are down, the contrast of relaxation is so much better. So this is a really good thing to know about, you know, being active and actively tensing for purpose, and then releasing is a really good way of helping the body relax. So now we're coming into our Yoga Nidra for sure. So you might want to, just before we do that, you might want to just ease out your back a little bit, hug your knees, please do that. You might want to find your blanket. I definitely advise, particularly if your back doesn't feel comfortable lying flat, put a cushion underneath your knees. Just elevate the knees slightly and let the knees fall out to the side. It's super comfy and very conducive to relaxation. Yeah, light a candle, put some incense on, get some nice smells going. Make sure, if you're, again, when you're living on the ground, some of you might need a small pillow or a folded blanket to go underneath your head, particularly if your neck, if when you put your head on the ground, your chin is lifted, you might need to just balance out the position of your spine, your neck. So I'm going to give you a few moments just to come into position for Yoga Nidra. Take your time. I'm going to give you some time. I'll talk you into this to adjust your blankets and slowly rest down into this practice. And if you need to, at the beginning now, just to release and soften, then a few out breaths through the mouth is really handy. So breathing in through the nostrils and sighing out through the mouth. Also, this suddenly occurred to me, you know, if you suddenly think, actually, I really need to go to the loo, go now, much better. And otherwise, that's all that's going to occupy your mind when you're in the Nidra. It's not worth it. So do whatever you need to do now. And if you think, oh, I'm really thirsty, I need a drink. Yeah. And just rest. If you have an eye pillow, that's great to put on your eyes. So now we're getting ready for the Yoga Nidra, lying down in Shavasana, space between the feet falling out to the side. This allows the hips to relax there. Arms away from the body, preferably with the palms facing the ceiling so that you're not touching any objects. But if you prefer, you can put the hands on the body, particularly if there's an area of the body that feels it needs some extra healing, maybe on the belly or the heart. Adjusting your blanket and clothes and your position now so that you can practice Yoga Nidra without moving and without any physical discomfort, actually. So closing your eyes if they're not closed already and keeping them closed throughout the practice. You might want to turn your lights off or lower them. The practice of Yoga Nidra is the act of hearing and the act of feeling, and I'm going to be talking you through the practice the whole time. I'll always be with you by your side, in your ears, present with you. So you are supported and guided the whole time. So you can trust yourself to relax, release, let go. So all you have to do is listen to my voice. Say to yourself mentally at this point, I will not sleep. I shall only listen to the voice. Say to yourself, I will not sleep. If you do fall asleep, that's okay. You'll still get the Yoga Nidra, and it's a practice. So it gets better. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Give yourself some time to become calm and steady, and take a deep breath. And as you breathe in through the nostrils, feel calmness spreading throughout the body. And as you're breathing out, say to yourself mentally, relax, release, let go, soften, sink, rest. Become aware of sound. Become aware of the sounds in the distance. Become aware of the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing operate like a radar beam, searching out distant sounds and following them for a few seconds. Move your attention from sound to sound, without attempting to identify the source of that sound. Gradually bring your attention to closer sounds, to sounds inside the building you're in, and then to sounds inside the room you're in, sounds of your own body, your own breath, your own heartbeat. Now develop your awareness of this room. Without opening your eyes, visualize the walls, the ceiling, the floor, your body lying on the floor. See your body lying on the floor. Become aware of the existence of your physical body lying on the floor. Total awareness of your body lying in perfect stillness. Your body is lying on the floor. Develop your awareness of all the physical meeting points between your body and the floor. Become aware of the natural breath. Become aware of the deep, natural, spontaneous breath. Just following that natural process, breath coming in and breath going out. And keep on listening to me and know that you are breathing. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Say mentally to yourself, I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. And this is the moment to make your resolve, your sankalpa, as we say in yoga, a simple sankalpa. So a phrase or sentence that is positively framed, an affirmation, an intention, a promise to yourself. So please state your intention, your sankalpa, clearly with feeling and awareness 3 times. And we'll come back to this sankalpa later on in the practice. So now we come into the rotation of consciousness. I will direct you around your body, naming different body parts. And you rotate your consciousness through the different centers of the body. We move quite quickly, the awareness moving from point to point. As I name each part of the body, you can, if you want, repeat mentally that word to yourself and simultaneously become aware of that body part. You don't need to do anything to it, just become aware. The practice begins with the right side of the body. Bring your attention to the right side of the body. The right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, right thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Bring your attention to the left side of the body, the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, left thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. Bring your attention to the back of the body, right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, the length of the spine, the whole of the back together. Bring your attention to the front of the body. Bring your attention to the top of the head. Bring your attention to the forehead. Right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest, navel, abdomen, lower abdomen. Bring your attention to the whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together, whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together. Whole of the back. Whole of the front. Whole of the head. Together. Legs, arms, back, front, head. Together. The whole of the body together. The whole of the body together. The whole of the body together. Develop awareness of the whole body and become aware of the space occupied by the body. Become aware of the body and this space that is occupied by your body. Body and space. Become aware of the whole body and the floor. The whole body in relation to the floor. At the same time, become aware of the points of contact between the body and the floor. Feel the meeting points between the back of your head and the floor. The back, the shoulder blades and the floor. The elbows and the floor. The back of the hands and the floor. The buttocks and the floor. The calves and the floor. The heels and the floor. Awareness of all the meeting points between the body and the floor. The sensation of all points simultaneously, evenly. Carry on feeling these points clearly and distinctly. Switch your attention to the eyelids. Feel the narrow line of meeting between the upper and lower eyelids. Feel the sharp points where they meet. Intensify your awareness between the eyelids. And then the lips. Center your attention on the line between the lips, the space between the lips. From the lips we go to the breath. Draw your attention to the natural ingoing and outgoing breath. Feel the breath moving along the passage between the navel and the throat. On inhalation, it rises from the navel to the throat. On exhalation, it descends from the throat to the navel. Be completely aware of the respiration, navel to throat and throat to navel. Don't try to force the breath, just simple awareness. Maintain your awareness, and at the same time, start counting your breaths backwards as follows. I am breathing in 21. I am breathing out 21. I am breathing in 20. I am breathing out 20. I am breathing in 19. I am breathing out 19. And so on, from 21 to 1. Count to yourself mentally as you follow the rise and fall of your breath from navel to throat and back again. Total awareness of breathing and counting. The breathing is slow and relaxed. You're practicing Yoga Nidra. Remain awake and alert. So we bring our awareness to the sensations of the body. Awaken the feeling of heaviness in the body. The feeling of heaviness. Become aware of the weight of the body and the heaviness in every single part of the body. Your body is heavy, heavy body. You are feeling so heavy that you are sinking into the floor. Awareness of heaviness. Awareness of heaviness in the whole body. Awaken the feeling of lightness. Awaken the feeling of lightness and levity. A sensation of lightness and weightlessness in all parts of the body. Your body feels so light. Your body feels so light that it seems to be floating up away from the floor. So light it is. Awareness of lightness in the whole body. Bring your awareness to the experience of cold. Awaken the feeling and experience of bitter cold in the body. Allow this feeling. Be interested and curious. Imagine you're walking on a cold floor in the winter. Your feet feel very cold. You feel cold all over. Freezing cold. Awareness of coldness. Awareness of coldness in the whole body. Awaken the sensation of heat. Awaken the experience of heat in the body. The whole body is hot. The whole body is hot. You feel hot all over. Recollect the feeling of heat in the summer when you're out in the sun with no shade. Heat all over the body. Heat all around the body. Awareness of heat and hotness in the whole body. Bring your awareness to the experience of pain. Focus and try to remember the experience of pain. Any pain you may have experienced in your life, mental or physical. Recollect the feeling of pain. Allow it. Explore it. Investigate the feeling of pain, a real feeling of pain. Bring your awareness to the feeling of pleasure. Recollect the feeling of pleasure, any kind of pleasure, physical or mental. Recollect this feeling of pleasure. Allow it, welcome it, and relive it. Make it vivid and real. Awaken the feeling of pleasure, pleasure throughout the whole body. Check that you are awake. Notice if you are drowsy or sleepy, and make sure that you are not sleeping. Say to yourself, I am awake. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Withdraw your mind and concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyes, the space called Chidakasha. Imagine before you a transparent screen through which you can see infinite space. A space that extends as far as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this dark space and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of the mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but without becoming involved. Practice detached awareness only. So now with your inner vision, bring to mind the following imagery. Allow them to come into your perception visually or sensorially. Imagine that you are lying on the ceiling. Imagine that you are floating on the ceiling. Imagine that you see below you your body lying in Shavasana on the floor. You're practicing Yoga Nidra. Now you see your body slowly stand up and tiptoe to the door. You quietly open it and go outside, closing the door softly behind you. See your body walking outside the building you're in. See the familiar things around you. There is no sense of effort, only lightness. You meet some people that you know. You see them. They can't see you. Watch them as they walk past. Perhaps they are making their usual conversation. Suddenly you find that your body is lifted up and you're floating over the sea. Become aware of this. See the dark blue sea glistening below. Across the surface of the ocean, a ship is steaming. Your body floats like a cloud. Wherever the wind blows, the clouds, your body is also blown. Wisps of cloud brush past your face. Below you, sunlight reflects off banks of white cloud. Above you, puffs of cloud scurry across a blue sky.
Now your body is lifted by currents of air and carried over the land. On the ground below you, you see farmhouses, carefully laid out fields, thick forests, winding rivers that reflect the sun. Pause a moment and look closely at yourself. Your body is totally relaxed, and on your face is an expression of peace and calm. See your body suddenly immersed in color as it passes through a rainbow. Feel yourself washed and purified by its subtle colors. Yellow, green, blue, violet, red, orange, golden yellow. Feel the colors penetrating your whole body, nourishing and invigorating you at some deep level. Then slowly make your return. See your body return to the outside of your building. See again the familiar objects around you. Quietly open the door, walk inside, and close it after you. You lie down on the floor, taking care. Now see your body slowly practicing some yoga postures. You are practicing with ease and flow. Your body rests again in Shavasana. Bring your awareness back to the space, the dark space you see in front of your closed eyes. And watch the darkness that you see you very carefully, with detachment and without becoming involved. Rest your mind in this warm and friendly darkness, and notice if any subtle phenomena manifests. Maybe colors or patterns, symbols or images. Simply allow these, taking note and continuing with your awareness. If thoughts occur, let them come and let them go. But continue watching the dark space. Continue this with detached awareness. In this warm and friendly darkness, remember your resolve, your sankalpa. Repeating the same sankalpa you made at the beginning of the practice, in the same words and with the same attitude. Repeat your sankalpa now, your intention, 3 times clearly, with feeling and emphasis. Om Bhuva Swaha Tat Savito Varenyam Bhargo Divasya Dimai Dio Yona Prashodaya. Become aware of your breathing.
Become aware of your natural breathing. Awareness of breathing and awareness of relaxation. Develop awareness of your physical existence. Become aware of your arms and your legs and your body lying stretched out on the floor. Become aware of the meeting points between your body and the floor. Develop awareness of the room you're in, the walls, the ceiling, the noises in the room, and the noises outside the room. Take your mind out. Allow it to become completely external once more. But lie quietly as you do this for a few moments and keep your eyes closed. Just gently start moving your body, start moving your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, gradually waking the body up, revivifying your body, coming back from the deep state. Just breathe a little deeper. Take your time, stretching and moving, maybe hugging your knees, giving yourself a full stretch. Taking your time when you're sure that you are awake, just gradually maybe roll onto your side and slowly and gently push yourself up to seated. And gradually open your eyes, allow your eyes to get used to the outside space again. And the practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. So slowly take your time. This is not a time to rush. Taking your time to come up to seated. And just to make sure that your attention is back out. You might have a quite gentle evening, but you may have to do things, so you need to have your attention there, ready. And just rubbing the body a little bit, finding your outside edges, face, just giving yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of attention, a bit of appreciation for this body, however the body is right now, let's just give it lots of love. We're alive in this body right now. And then let's rub the hands together. Let's make a little fire between the hands. Energy, focus that energy on this place between the palms of the hands, a little ball of energy, little fireball. Lots of heat there. And then place that heat and energy over the heart center. Really take that in. Close your eyes. We'll just take one more moment inside again, just touching on this. And now we bring to mind anybody, maybe there's a person or people that we want to send healing or love to. Anybody, it could be more than one person, it could be many people. Living or not living, we're just sending them love and healing and special messages, whatever you feel from your heart, connecting directly to their heart. And if you want to give it extra special turbocharged energy, just give it a smile too. Even if it feels silly. Silly is good. And breathe. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. It's been wonderful. Thank you.